Hello, 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 hello. Yes, hello. There we go. So yeah, hi, welcome to the show. Despite wifey telling me before I came upstairs, I still forgot to press the button. Okay, I still forgot to press the button. It's been a stressful week. It's been a stressful month, year, millennium. I'll go with it's been a stressful millennium so far. And yeah, dealing with things, being all mature and everything else, despite what life throws at us. Yeah, it's hard. So, hello and welcome to Kris. The Storm Taylor plays a game a week. And as I was explaining, while the microphone was off, again, the poll goes up every Friday, goes up on Twitter, and it runs until roughly 12 o'clock Irish time on the Monday. That ended up with a tie between Doom and Deus Ex Mankind Divided. And so, being my stream, I get the final decision. So, the decision has been made to play Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Again, you probably get that I'm a bit political about things. You can see these things down here. They're there for a reason. And yeah, so Deus Ex Mankind Divided brings the political discussion and really the social discussion about augmentation, cyberware. What effect will that have on humanity, and how will various factions deal with that? And it deals specifically with the growing movement that augmented humans should be separated from the population because they are essentially dangerous. So yeah, that's the path I'm going to take, and yeah, I hope you're all going to enjoy it. Now, the other thing that's worth mentioning, very very worth mentioning, is that we've had a lot of donations just in the last week. I mean, it has been stunning in the happy way how much people have rallied around the cause, donated, shared with their friends and colleagues, so that we've gone from €200 at the very start to €1,181 in the first week. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for you're showing support for something, because the I Donate campaign is linked directly to Temple Street. There is no grey area on, oh, do we get the money first? It goes directly to Temple Street, and it goes on a monthly basis. So, it being the 20th, in about 3 weeks' time, no, not 3 weeks' time, in the next 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks' time, the Temple Street Foundation will get that money. So, it's not a thing where we're running it for a certain amount of time. They have to wait every single month. Every single month, your money goes to the hospital, and it goes specifically to the haematology department that deal with bone marrow disorders and other problems that children have, and will go to fund them directly. It will go to help buy them equipment. It will help to buy other things that they need, because as things stand, they rely completely on the general donations that everybody gives them every year, and it's a case of they're having to kind of argue their case every time. And as I'll say this in every video, this is the first time that this department has been specifically earmarked money. They don't have to bid for it. They don't have to, wait for some campaign by a celebrity to, bring forward, the issue. We're doing it first. We're getting in on the ground. We're donating a lot of personal money that was given when Shonnock's bone marrow transplant was cancelled. That was to go towards his treatment and his aftercare. So all of that money is going to be given to Temple Street, and we're finding ways of extremely safely expand on that money through various companies and other ways where donation matching takes place, and tax refunds on donations can take place. So we're all here, we're all doing as much as we can, and if you can click on, go to idonate.ie/Shunnock. You will be making a difference to children and families in the future, because the department will have that equipment, because they will have that backing, and because it means that people are taking notice of the work that they do. So thank you very much. Please share it. Please tell your friends. Please, let everyone know the great cause we're doing here. If you want to follow me, it's at Kris the Brit. There we go. It's going across. And if you want updates on the campaign, I will be periodically, putting up details of fundraisers, etc. at Shonnock Cub on Twitter. So yes, thank you all very much. Thank you from Little Cub as well. Little Cub in my pocket. Thank you. And yeah. So here we go. Into the game we go. Hello, all my watchers. Hello, welcome. Thank you. Please feel free, have a chat, say stuff. It's going to be there for the whole game. And also, if you want to post questions while I'm playing, that's fine as well. I'll, do my best to answer when I'm not being shot at, etc. And also, in the times we live in, please take care of yourself. Please, wear your mask. I'm not sure if people have noticed, but the World Health Organization has released a statement in the last week that basically says that COVID-19 is airborne while you're indoors. That's not, a conspiracy thing. That's the World Health Organization, who have stated that if you go inside a building and somebody has COVID, unless you're wearing a mask, in all likelihood you'll catch it. Because it's not just something you can catch from a doorknob or, anything else. It's an airborne virus. So I can't stress this enough. Wear your protection. Because this is hitting everybody. This is hitting absolutely everybody. And all it takes is one person who is undiagnosed to go into a shop, and unbeknownst to them, they could infect a lot of people. So for your own health, for your own sake, and for the sake of your family, your friends, wear a mask. Please. Please. I like you all too much, So yes, there you go. There's my start of the game annual, daily thing that I have a little bit of a rant about. There's something else which I really want to have a rant about. A couple of things I really want to have a rant about. 3 or 4 that happened over the weekend, but I'm keeping it in. I am keeping it in for the sake of professionalism. So here we go. Let's get this launched. In-game scene. Let's go. There we go. And the first thing you should check out, I mean, seriously, this is visually very artistic, very sort of Blade Runner. Musically, man, I wanted Doom. Yeah, sorry, Git. It was a tie. I chose Mankind Divided. And it's not the big shoot 'em up that people might be expecting. It's, you know, it's a very open way that you can play it, and I tend to play it quite stealthily, so sorry about that. So here we go, story. Let's go with new game. Right, I'm gonna go give me a challenge because, yeah, I like games. Oh, I like a bit of a challenge, so hang on, let me think about this. Give me a story means that we progress further into the game. Give me a challenge means that there will probably be more loading as like things go wrong. Give me Deus Ex. Give you a good adrenaline rush. Yeah, that will probably involve a lot of reloading and seeing the same stuff over and over again. So, just for the purposes of the stream, I'm going to say, give me a story, and let's see where that takes us, because, you know, we've only got a week. Are you sure you want to start a new game? Yeah. Let's go. You can enjoy Deus Ex Mankind as a standalone experience. You can also relive the events of Deus Ex Human Revolution, which took place 2 years prior, by watching a 12-minute recap video. I'm going to put the video on. Right, I'm sorry about this. I'm going to put the video on because I'd say a lot of you haven't seen what happened, so, and it will also kind of give me a chance to finish my sandwich. So, I'm going to play the recap video, see how it all got to this point, because it's a very good story.
The year was 2027. Advances in biotechnology were helping people improve their physical and mental abilities to an amazing degree. Provided, of course, they had enough money. A new breed of people was emerging, half human, half machine. And in Detroit, at least, not everyone was happy to see it. I'd just landed a job as head of security at Sarif Industries, a cutting-edge biotech firm. David Sarif himself handpicked me for the job. Said he needed me to keep his people safe. My ex, Megan Reed, was one of them. Brilliant neuroscientist, Megan had found a way to make augmentation safe and affordable for everyone. All she had to do was present her research to Congress. But the night before her big meeting, my security measures failed. A team of Black Op mercenaries stormed into Sarif headquarters, massacring everyone in sight. 3 of the mercs were heavily augmented walking tanks. Their mission? Take out Megan and her team. I tried to stop them, but their leader tossed me through a plate glass wall. Last thing I heard as his bullets slammed into my brain was Megan's dying scream. I should have died with her. Only I didn't. High-end military-grade enhancements saved my life. The best augmentation Sarif's money could buy. It took me half a year to get a feel for her. Should have taken longer, but 6 months into my recovery, Sarif Industries was attacked again. This time, by a radical group of pro-human purists. Violent, militant, and fanatically opposed to human augmentation. They claimed to be members of Humanity Front, a non-profit organization that wanted the UN to limit biotechnology research. The thugs broke into Sarif's factory and found machinists working overtime on a top-secret military augment called the Typhoon. Sarif sent me to retrieve it, and when I did, I found one of the so-called purists next to it, wired with cerebral implants, trying to download its classified specs. Obviously, something more was going on. The Aug killed himself before I could question him. Sarif ordered me to dig deeper, so with the help of Frank Pritchard, Sarif's head of cybersecurity, I did. Turns out a second hacker had been controlling the Aug's actions from somewhere off-site. Pritchard and I tracked his signal to a secret FEMA internment camp in Detroit. The Black Op mercenaries were there. The same mercs who'd left me for dead 6 months before. Figured they'd try again when they saw me. Wasn't so easy for them this time. I took out the tank named Barrett, even got him to give me a new lead. A penthouse apartment in China. Of course, we both knew it would be a trap in the end. Hengsha Island, China. Home to a city so crowded, they had to build a second city on top of it. Trying to find clues in Hengsha wouldn't be easy. Lucky for me, I wasn't alone. Farida Malik, Sarif Industries' ace pilot, had lived in Hengsha before. A good person to have on your side. She knew enough about the place to get me around. Malik dropped me in the lower city, close to the penthouse Barrett had told me about. Bell Tower Associates, a private security firm under contract to the Chinese government, had agents tossing the suite when I arrived. Just not for the reason I'd been expecting. Turns out the man who lived there was a criminal hacker named Van Bruggen. The same hacker who'd been remotely controlling the Aug in Sarif's factory. Van Bruggen's panicked decision to force the man to commit suicide had been a mistake. Now his mercenary partners were gunning for him, and I needed to find him before they did. Locating Van Bruggen meant playing nice with the Triads, Hengsha's organized crime lords. They had the hacker holed up inside a low-rent capsule hotel. By the time I found him, Van Bruggen had no qualms giving up the woman who hired him. Zhao Yunru, president of the Taiyang Medical Corporation. According to Van Bruggen, Zhao wanted to monopolize the augmentation industry and had hired Black Op mercenaries to destabilize her competition. Sarif Industries was at the top of her list. To prove this, I needed to get inside TYM and grab a surveillance hologram off a server. I suspected Van Bruggen was hiding something when he told me this, but nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. Megan wasn't dead. She and her 4 best researchers had been kidnapped, spirited away somewhere while their kidnappers made it look like they were dead. Desperate to learn more, I confronted Zhao in her penthouse. She claimed to be a pawn in a bigger plan, and hinted at a group so powerful it controlled global interests at a whim. Then she slipped into a panic room and hit the alarm, forcing me to make a very quick exit. I figured Zhao was lying, but part of her confession made sense. David Sarif had been worried about his people. So worried, he'd required all of them to have subdermal locator devices surgically implanted. The GPOs would have been broadcasting the day of the attack. But Zhao said a single call to Picus, the world's leader in global 24-hour satellite news, had turned those signals off. I needed to fly to Picus headquarters in Montreal if I wanted to learn more. Eliza Kassan, Picus Communications' First Lady of News. Malik thought I was reaching when I told her Eliza was involved in this. The world's most famous news anchor, working with a mercenary hit squad. But when I confronted Kassan in her office, She freely admitted to jamming Detroit's satellites the night Megan's team had been taken. Said she's just been following her commands. I suspected she wanted to say more. But Black Op mercenaries showed up looking to shut us both down. And just like that, the Eliza I'd been talking to disappeared. The Mercs were led by an augmented killer I'd crossed paths with twice before. Fedorova, a woman who'd made silence her best friend. She waited for me to track Eliza's transmission to a secret server room underneath the Picus complex, then jumped me from behind. A deadly fight ensued. I made sure she never moved silently again. With Fedorova down and no one left to keep Eliza quiet, she reappeared. Turns out Picus's first lady of news wasn't a lady at all. She was a sophisticated AI program, engineered to monitor data streams and control what people believed. Eliza told me the Mercs had brought in a Humanity Front doctor named Isaiah Sandoval to remove the scientist's implanted tracking devices while Detroit's satellites were down. She also told me to speak to David Sarif if I wanted to learn more. By the time Malik and I got back to Detroit, tensions between normal and augmented citizens had reached a flashpoint. Riots were breaking out in several cities, and the UN was being urged to intervene. Sarif was trying hard to convince Hugh Darrow, the inventor turned philanthropist who'd once been a leading proponent of enhancement technologies, to help stop a possible regulatory vote. Sarif had a lot riding on Darrow. Megan's discovery would have given millions of people the chance to evolve beyond their normal human abilities, and at the same time catapulted Sarif Industries to the top of the Fortune 500. According to Sarif, Megan's kidnappers knew this, and didn't want people evolving unless they controlled how it was done. He called his enemies Illuminati, and urged me to keep searching. Determined to do so, I tracked down Sandoval via America's most outspoken augmentation opponent, Bill Taggart, Sandoval's boss and founder of Humanity Front. Sandoval admitted to operating on Megan's team when I confronted him, but said he hadn't removed their GPLs. He'd merely switched them to a different frequency. Pritchard was able to trace one of the signals to China. Malik and I immediately took off in pursuit. Unfortunately, the Illuminati were one step ahead. Ambushed. Shot out of the sky by Bell Tower Associates, seconds after entering Hengsha's airspace. Malik's piloting skills saved me. After a tense and bitter struggle, I escaped into Lower Hengsha. The tracking signal I was following led straight to the Triads, or more specifically, to the augmented arm of Tong Si-hung, leader of a gang of augmentation harvesters. Tong said they'd taken the arm off a corpse, which Bell Tower had left at their door, meaning at least one of Sarif's scientists was dead. Maybe not the rest of them, though. Tong pointed me to a port used for human trafficking and helped me slip aboard a Bell Tower ship. It was sailing to Rifleman Bank Station, a military base in the South China Sea. Bell Tower was holding kidnapped civilians as prisoners there, and using them to perfect the Hyron Project, a human-computer interface that left most of its test subjects dead. My search for Megan would have ended then, if not for a mysterious ally named Quinn. In exchange for my help exposing Bell Tower, he slipped me aboard a second ship headed to Singapore, and an Illuminati-run biotech facility called Omega Ranch. 3 of Sarif's scientists were there, forced by their captors to create a technology capable of remotely shutting down augmented abilities. Thanks to an emergency recall notice issued by the World Health Organization, millions of people all over the world already had the biochip installed. With the help of the scientists, I tracked Megan to a private section of the ranch. There, I ran into Yaron Namir, the walking tank who'd put a bullet in my brain the first time we met. He'd teamed up with Zhao and was hoping to catch me off guard. Their little ambush didn't work. I found Megan in a suite belonging to Hugh Darrow, the billionaire philanthropist who'd Sarif had called on for help. Darrow had convinced her to go along with the biochip plan, by promising to sabotage the tech. As she was explaining this, Darrow appeared in a global broadcast, telling the world that augmentations would be the death of mankind. Then he activated the biochips to prove his point. All over the world, augmented people flew into a killing frenzy. Darrow had betrayed everyone, and it was up to me to set things right. To do it, I had to reach Panchaea, a massive installation in the Arctic Ocean. As I raced through corridors built by an all-augmented workforce, I saw death and destruction firsthand. By the time I shut down Darrow's broadcast, I knew the damage he'd done. Still, humanity's future remained unclear. How would the world react to this sabotage? Would people ever regain their faith in augmentations again? What would be the Illuminati's next move? Only time could give us the answers.
So there we go. That's the events of the first game. And now, here's where it continues.
I once thought I could save the world. Now look at it.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history.
Sometimes, you just have to let go. And embrace what you've become.
Not gonna go all wonky on us now, Hansa, are you?
Well, if I do, McCready, I guarantee you'll never see it coming.
Agent Jensen! Am I gonna have a problem with you?
No, sir. No reason to assume you would.
Good, because you are the only augmented operative on this team, and I intend to make good use of you. Listen up, all of you. We got a sandstorm barreling down our arse and we can't afford to make mistakes. We're going after this man, an arms dealer named Shepard. He's ex-Bell Tower, one of the Special Forces commanders who disappeared during the incident.
And he's come out of hiding? That cannot be good.
It's not. He's selling weapons and military-grade augments to terrorists. This is Aran Singh, the undercover agent who lured Shepard out of his hole. Best you see Interpol's got. For 3 years he's worked hard to get in tight with the Jinn, an Iraqi smuggling cartel that's infected the Eastern Hemisphere like a plague. Last week, our arms dealer sent a message to the Jinn, offering to sell them a shitload of black market merchandise dirt cheap. They told Singh to handle the buy.
They're not gonna like it when Interpol disrupts their party. Singh's cover really that good?
It is right now. We need to keep it that way. This is where the deal's going down. A half-finished high-rise hotel that's been abandoned ever since the incident. It's not a pretty picture inside.
Let me guess. Most of the laborers were augmented with heavy-duty industrial rigs. So when the incident hit, and they all went schizo, things got gruesome real fast.
And no one, except for some homeless junkies, have been inside the place ever since.
So what's the plan, Director?
Singh's meeting Shepard on the ground floor, inside the hotel's main atrium. He sent the bulk of his Jinn crew to the penthouse levels to secure a vantage point. I want McCready's team to take up positions overlooking the atrium and make the arrest. Jensen, you're going in solo from the roof.
My objectives?
Keep the Jinn from joining the party. As far as we can tell, only one route connects the atrium to the penthouse level, a halfway decent elevator shaft. Here. I want you to block access to it.
Fine. Just cut me loose.
Do you plan on relying solely on your augments for this one? I'd recommend taking a little hardware, just to be sure.
Yeah, definitely non-lethal.
We've got a UC in there. Might be easier to maintain his cover if he's not the only one still breathing when this is done.
Smart thinking.
Yeah, but if anything does happen to him, you'll be telling his wife. After you get out of the hospital, of course.
What about range? There's lots of wide spaces and high ceilings in there, but a number of tight and constrained rooms too.
So it's a crapshoot, really.
Well, I'm not looking to play dice with anyone in there. Give me something with distance.
Your call. Less chance of being seen and compromising Singh that way. One last thing, Jensen. Singh said that Jin are using some sort of portable Wi-Fi device to boost communications. He's got a better chance of maintaining cover if you disable it.
I'll keep an eye out for it. But aren't we on the clock here? You said there's a sandstorm moving in.
There is, and we got the intel on this mission at the very last minute. So we're scrambling a little. If it comes to it, your #1 priority is keeping the Jinn out of that atrium.
Copy that.
Time to put away your happy thoughts, gentlemen. We're approaching the target building.
You're up first, Jensen. Let's do this.
Task Force Actual. This is Knife Leader. Engage Hush drives and descend to Angels 1-5.
Team leader, this is Jensen. I'm on the roof.
Solid copy. Move into the building. The access route you need to block is at the far end of the penthouses. And keep in mind, the direct route might not be the easiest one.
Roger that.
McCready will advise once his team is on the ground. Miller out.
Oh, sorry, give me a second. One thing I want to check. Display. No. Gameplay. There's no subtitles. Can't see subtitles anywhere. Here we go, subtitles. There we go. again, because this is one of the more recent games, visually, yeah, this is absolutely
Jensen, we're moving through.
stunning.
Oh, fuck!
What's wrong?
The Jinn have got a few Jennies up and running. Gonna have to hack keypads.
You should enjoy it, McCready. They have colors and shapes. Just remember, red means bad.
Fuck you.
Working on the fan system when we lost power. Stuck in here, but I think that means they can't get at me. They're killing everyone. They started screaming, attacking anything that moved. Where are you? If you can, make it up to the storage area on the roof. It's caged in. You should be safe there. Might even have some medical supplies. Door code is 4801. Be safe, friend. Excellent. I'm one of those gamers that's been playing things, so I'm kind of wary of, oh yes, just follow this, go here. Yeah, maybe I'd like to check it all out first. Sandstone ones over here. To equip smart vision, press middle mouse button to silent exit rotation. Okay. works. Oh, it's also telling me how much noise I'm making. There in the top right. If you watch when I'm moving. Sneak. Connor, our investors are getting nervous. Some of them begun to seriously consider cutting their losses and pulling out of the project. Hell, if it was my money, I'd do the same thing. I'm fairly certain that Desert Jewel is not going to be completed by the delivery date. I don't have to remind you that this would be the 5th time we've missed a date and what that would mean. I need a way out before what I have to here sinks. I need your help. Connor, can you meet? I'll be in New York on the 10th. Where is Nuri, project manager? So, you know, as you can see, yeah, it's very well kind of littered with little points and story interest.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Okay, yeah, cool. Fantastic. Follow the green holograms to receive tutorial instructions about various game mechanics. Experiment without any consequences. You can reset or exit the game at any time. Learn about moving to cover, cover swapping, rounding corners, vaulting over cover, and transitioning from cover to first person view. Let's have a look. Okay.
هذا المكان لأنه بخوف على الآخر.
Okay. So I need those to recharge. Gotcha. Right. So it's not infinite use of the old organs.
في إشي غلط بالمكان هذا. هذه المنطقة آمنة.
Okay, nice. It also tells you when you're being seen, so...
إنها صارت عدفة. مش قادر استنى لأطلع من هان. الرياح بدأت تعصف.
Jensen, Mac, listen up. Doppler shows that sandstorm's moving in fast. It's big, and it's gonna hit us hard.
God, I hate the fucking desert. Confirm visual?
I can. Time is not on our side.
Copy that.
Solid copy.
Nice. Nice boots. Okay, can't put those up. Okay, cracking the wall. Okay. A force aspect glass shield. Nice.
شكل الموضوع ما فيش حاجة. خلاص اتفقنا.
So there we go. Here's how to do it.
سمعت دوشة. أنا متأكد إنه ما فيش حاجة أكتر. يموت المصلحة بتاعتنا. مش لاقي أي حاجة.
You installed the signal booster already?
عشان نخزن المخازن اللي موجودة على الخط عشان تكون بعيدة من الرمل.
Good. There is too much riding on this thing. Last thing we need is the comms breaking down.
فهمت. يلا نبتدي نتحرك.
McCready, how you making out?
Slower than expected. It's like someone's tilled a fucking cemetery down here.
Say again?
When the shit...
That was fast. You installed the signal booster already?
عشان المخزن المخازن اللي موجودة على السطح عشان تكون بعيدة من الرمل.
Good. There is too much riding on this deal. Last thing we need is the comms breaking down.
فهمت. يلا نبتدي نتحرك.
الريحة دي
خليك جاهز، هجيبك حتى لو كنت فين.
يلا.
That's what that does.
McCready, how you making out?
slower than expected. It's like someone's tilled a fucking cemetery down here.
Say again?
When the shit hit the fan in 27, the rush must have been for the stairs. There's corpses everywhere. A lot of your cousins are here too, Jensen. You want me to grab you any spare parts?
No parts. But I take mine with cream and 2 sugars while you're asking.
I ain't got nobody.
Jensen, what's your 20?
Working my way through the penthouses.
Remember to keep an eye out for the Jin's communications booster. If you can, disable it.
Roger that.
شكلي بتخيل حاجات.
Nothing.
Watch out, could be a trap.
Yeah, it definitely was a trap. I finally reached the Desert Jewel. This place is massive, room for thousands. Some people that I met along the way, others like us, looking for a new place to start over, have decided to join me here. We've started to clean up what we can. There is so much sadness here. Evidence of the incident is everywhere. Worst are the bodies. We've taken most of them and put them in the stairwells until we can figure out a proper way to dispose of them. There is a lot of work to be done if we're going to call this place home. But I think this may be the place for our family. Tell Mother and Father. Sorry, yeah, that is where I started.
Good. I could barely hear them.
Listen up, everyone. Chang's hacked into the Jinn's radio signal. Checking the patch now. We should be hearing Singh any second.
خليل الراجل اللي هيبقى علينا الحاجات جايه كمان شويه. روح قول لبقيه الناس ان انا هحصلكم وخليكم يعني منتظرين.
Patch is clean.
Solid copy. Good. I'll repatch us once the deal kicks off.
Miller, I've just...
While the formation of the United Arab Front ultimately appeared to rally the Middle East around the common Saudi cause, over the past decade, changing laws, a broken economy and a rippling border forced the UAF to deal with several new problems, not least being the rapidly expanding Jinn. The Jinn are no simple terrorists. They are first and foremost a legal enterprise centered around drugs and weapons, staple trades inherited prior to the end of the millennium from the early roots in Afghanistan and later Iran. The creation of twin brothers, Salah and Wasim Alam, the Jinn rapidly grew from freedom fighters to opium producers to weapons traders. Today, with augmented dissension on the rise, the Jinn have been taking advantage of the many illegal refugees being smuggled past official portals into the Middle East. Santo's augmented haven Yaman, Rabia, is just more fuel on a fire that's already threatening to burn out of control. Today, with augmented dissension on the rise, the Jinn have been taking advantage of the many illegal refugees being smuggled past official portals. This Middle East. Santo's augmented haven Yaman, Rabia is just more fuel on the fire that's already threatening. Okay.
Disabled the Jinn's comms booster. Should make it harder for them to listen in on the deal.
Good work. With luck, Singh's cover will still be intact when this is over.
Roger that. Moving on to primary target now.
Oh, those are bodies. Got you. Oh no, they're people moving underneath me. Okay.
We're there. We have no visual contact. We barely have audio contact. اهدى كده. أخيرا الصفقة دي بدنا كل الفلوس اللي في جيبنا عشان نشتري معدات ومكانها. That's not what I meant. I meant we should be in the atrium with him, not up here.
Jensen, we're inside the atrium, taking up positions on the terraces. What's your 20?
Still moving.
Well, hurry the fuck up. Enemy helo is inbound and this sandstorm's getting close. You get that comms booster disabled?
Affirmative. Booster's fried.
So maybe the Tin Man does have a heart after all. Way to look out for your team. Creedy out.
ده اختفى.
How are we done here? Pocket secretary. Very good. I think I'm out of luck. No, more ammo.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
There we go. Whew.
This is Jensen. Penthouse access route secure. Jin shouldn't be a problem. Over.
Copy that. About fucking time. Enemy helo sighted. All right, strike force. Position and hold.
Strike 1, in position.
Strike 2, all set. Strike 3, yeah.
Strike 4 in position and holding, boss. Eyes up, safety's off, guys.
Yeah, no shit, brown nose.
Watch your fucking mouth, Halliday.
Both of you shut up. 5 in position.
Everybody stay sharp. Singh's got eyes on Shepard. Patching you in now.
Target's in the AO. Remember, Singh's down there, so watch your fire.
You got balls, Singh? Executing a buy with a sandstorm on her ass?
I cannot take credit for Mother Nature, mister.
You can call me Shepard.
How biblical. Are these the weapons?
The Ogs. They're getting harder to come by. Guns are still on the chopper. Show me the cash, quick, and we'll...
Oh, what the? The park has been crashed. Shepard is dead.
What? By who? What's going on down there?
Miller, this isn't the Jinn. Repeat, it's not the Jinn.
They're after the weapons. Open fire! Open fire!
Weapons free! Open up on
Greedy. Making a grab for the chopper. You got a shot?
Negative. We're under heavy fire down here. We can't let that chopper take off, Jensen.
I got it.
So, here we go. That's the first hour of the game, including the introduction video, which, you know, is absolutely brilliant. So, what I'll do is I'll save the game here. Okay. And we'll quit. So yeah, thank you all again for watching. This is the Monday edition. I'll be broadcasting again all the way through Friday, seeing how far I can get through. Again, it's on the story difficulty, so it's not as difficult as it has been previously. And trust me, once you get into those higher difficulty levels, being a pacifist in this game isn't really possible. So again, thank you all very much. Remember, idonate.ie/Shunnock. I'll just have a quick check on the campaign website now, see how we're doing. Yep, still the same total, but you know, and I'm still bowled over because nearly €1,200 in the first week is stunning. So thank you all very much for donating. Thank you all for sharing, telling your followers, telling your friends, family, etc. So I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Irish time, 2 p.m. Eastern Daytime. So this is Kris, the Storm Taylor, saying Garv Mahagat. Thank you, take care, and good night.